Hello guys from Open Gate, everything is fine with you? Guys, Renato was doing the trimming here and he lifted the hoof and certain we saw something that was different, a very beautiful horse today. Let's show it here, make a cut. So guys, we did the previous ones, the front, and when we look at the rear part, we can sense the smell of the hoof. That when we notice that in this hole, this fissure here, which you see, is this damp black, right? And these flies around it, there are a kind of some flies because of this hole. And well, probably we're going to make a cleaning in this hoof, but most likely that was an internal abscess that bursted, and well, the animal's not limping. So let's clean the hoof and see how is it. Well, we're gonna clean here. The weather is dry, it's difficult to clean. People will look and talk, oh, what a do knife, it doesn't cut. Like concrete, guys, this is like concrete, it's hard, You can see it. It follows every tool, it's difficult to clean. In these situations, guys, here it's difficult to do the cleaning. We need to make this really good, and you can see that cutting out these parts here, it would be easier, but it's not. It's dry and it's hard today. You can see that there is a dried abscess here on the wall in this white line part here. This is the white line disease. The hoof is even short. Sometimes there would even be such a needed trimming, right now. First, Renato makes the hoofing and then he opens the abscess. Okay, let's see into where this abscess will go. Remembering that there are abscesses that they end up ripping out half of the hoof, right, Renato? The upper part there. In this case, it's a strange way of speaking, a very layman term that when we say here in Brazil, when we say broca, but it's like this. It's similar to this. It gets a bacteria in the hoof, white line disease, and sometimes, as Renato said, they even tear the hoof apart, in order to clean it. But we have the habit of saying that this abscess here, which is the wet one, is actually not exactly an abscess, but it's an infection, right, like inside the hoof. So our other way of speaking, right or wrong maybe, but it's something that everyone knows here in Brazil, that we say for this like internal broca. So guys, that's humidity, you can see. Let's press this, you can see. Look at the humidity of the abscess. And look, the flies, they are already here because of the smell. The smell is really strong. You can see the liquid there. Guys, it was an abscess, an infection that escaped before. Then we touched it, maybe it already escaped, and right there it became just the abscess with the humidity in the hoof. And even the people say, oh, but this is the humidity of the grass, of the day, the wet rain. True, but no, it hasn't rained for a long time. You know, the hoof, it's really dry, there's no moisture at all, it's dry, it's hard, and it's not wet, and it's wet here, so likely this infection just happened, dripped out during these days, and we imagine it is because of the humidity, and the humidity has, you know, the I smell. Can you see this here? Right there? Well, remember that when she steps and she walks, she will go down this out easier. I'm going to use the Rasping here to make it easier to reopen here if it's necessary. Well, in this part of the hoof here, well, it's very clean. It went to the firm part of the hoof, right? It is not in that hollow part that would be this dirty. I'm going to apply a product there, is sulfate. There's not much to do. The idea would be even better to wash it, you know, like as soon as sulfate burns off well, and ask the owner, the employees who continues to take care of it, taking care of this hoof here, even though the hoof is healthy, it's healthy, strong, right? You see that it was even difficult to cut it. You have to use it a little force too, not only the form but strength too. The hoof is very hard, very firm. That is very good. It's only hard for me, the trimmer, but it's very good. So we suffered a little bit with it, but it's part of the work. This is from the side, right? Some there. The majority, right, Renato, taken from the front, right? Yeah, sometimes it must be because of a crack that it had, or the hoof itself broke. I don't know what happened to this hoof here, but, you know, like you mentioned, it's normally in the front because of the crack. The hoof grows and crack, right? And that's where bacteria and fungi proliferate in the hoof, you know? But here it's, well, it's actually normal, right, to put in that way. There isn't in a certain place, right? It's more common in the front, but I know that, I don't know what happened here on the side, almost in the heel, right, one of the parts where the horse supports most the hoof. Oh, I press here in the animal sense. It feels pains here in the hoof. You can see by in there a little bit of the abscess that is still remaining and it's escaping. This abscess is when the animal steps on the ground, he expelled it all, this abscess out. Guys, well, this is a simple job, you know, it's just opening the abscess a bit, you know, the place where the infection was. We have to leave it open to ventilate, right, to have air, but, you know, because if you don't let it, the bacteria and the fungi stay there and get more constant, you know, increase more. Maybe that's why it caused this infection, you know, this internal abscess. Now, just keep the hoof open now. Keep the hoof trimmed in days, not to let this hoof grow, you know, later a fault will develop in the hoof, right? A big hoof here and another big hoof here in the heel. Now has a chance of breaking, right? So you have to keep it straight within a period of 40-50 days maximum. And well, look, every time that the guy come here, you know, it's important to take a look in the situation and see if there is any abscess, maybe a dried one, or a fungus, it's not taking over on the hoof. And that's it, guys. Now, Renato will guide the caretaker here, so he can do some procedures. Everyone stay with God until the next video, God willing. Our motto is to listen to those who have no voice to be heard.